What if I told you that the most powerful force that shapes us, the most powerful force shaping your life is not gravity. It's not light, and it's not even time itself, but the way you interpret the reality. Guys, this is something that I'm going to talk about. What if I told you this is not any kind of philosophy? I'm not revealing any kind of philosophical argument. This is science. This is the talking nature of physics. This is physics speaking quietly. And guys, my name is Arfat Firdaus. And and for next few minutes, for a couple of minutes, what am I going to do is that I want to invite you into a simple argument, into a simple but unsettling idea. And this idea I want to talk about. Reality is not reality is not something that happens to anybody, that happens to me, that happens to you. Reality is something that responds to us. And to understand what I'm trying to tell here is that let us assume, let me begin with something familiar. Let's have a simple argument. Two people standing under the same sky, standing under the same universe, being the part of the same universe, the same sun, same air surrounding, and same moment, same point of time. One person feels hope. For one person, there is a hope, and for another person, there is despair. There is sadness. So now you tell me, did the universe, what was the action of the universe here? Did the universe change? Or did the interpretation change between these two persons? They are reflecting two different responses. And physics teaches us something profound, something beautiful, something that can be imagined, that can be realized in a measurement. And what physics tells us? It tells us the act of observation. And the act of the observation is not passive. It's not passive. It basically participates. It participates. It doesn't participate mystically. No, it doesn't participate spiritually. No, it doesn't. But what's happening here is it is participating structurally. What am I trying to tell here is that when we make a measurement, when we measure, we don't just read the reality. It's not the reality that we are measuring. We are basically selecting from infinite number of probabilities, infinite number of possibilities, infinite number of realities. I'm not saying, I'm not saying the universe obeys your wishes. I'm not making that argument. You make a wish and it's fulfilled. No, it's not like that. That would be that would be arrogance. That would lead us to arrogance. What I'm saying is, I'm saying the universe responds. It responds to the constraints. It responds to the friction. It responds to the resistance. And one of the strongest constraints, the strongest constraint is the framework. The framework through which you engage with the universe. So you're actually engaging. You have a question. You have a question. You have expectations. You have questions. You're asking for the answers. You're looking for the answers. You're looking for those expectations. Your attention. You're focused. Think about time. If we take a simplest example as we experience in terms of time, we treat time like the flow of a river. A river flowing through the canals is it's like time flowing. So time is flowing, it's flowing forward, and it's flowing on and on and on. It's unstoppable. It's going on. Now, but what if time behaves more like a kind of negotiation? Like you're negotiating. What am I trying to tell you is that when you are afraid, when I am afraid, in those frameworks, what happens to the time? The time compresses. It goes very fast. And when you are curious, when you are very much curious about any kind of situation, in that situation, time expands. It takes longer for you. But when you're afraid, it goes faster. The same clock, but you are experiencing the two different experiences depending on the situations. The situation of being afraid or a situation of being curious. And physics allows this. Experience confirms this. What it confirms is time is not just measured. It is lived. It's lived in the circumstances of fear. It's lived in the circumstances of curiosity. Now, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something directly. Let me directly impose on you that if I told you, if I told you that confusion is not weakness. I'm confused about it, something. It's not the weakness, but it's a kind of signal. It's a kind of signal, a signal that you're old, past, gone mental models. These mental models are no longer sufficient. Every major breakthrough in the field of science began as a discomfort, uncertainty. Uncertainty is not a failure. Uncertainty principle is not a failure. What is it? It's transition. It's a transition. It's a transition towards the reality. Now here is the danger. We rarely, we only sometimes, we oftenly talk about most people are not limited by intelligence. They are limited by unchallenged certainty. And certainly, and truly, and certainly it feels safe. But certainty stops. If you're certain about something, then you stop inquiring that thing. And without inquiry, without examining, without experimenting, reality stops and reveals itself. So, as Alfred Fergus standing here speaking to you, speaking and expressing, exploring, trying to cross a message, I am not offering any kind of conclusion here. I am basically offering permissions. I am asking for the permissions. And what permissions? Permission to say that I don't know yet. And permission, an act, a permission to sit with asking questions and without rushing to the answers, and maybe permission to let reality surprise us, to let reality surprise you, because the universe that we have, the universe in which we are, does not reward arrogance. And what it does, it responds to humility. It responds to the softness. It does not open itself to those who are demanding, who have a demand. It doesn't open to those people. It opens itself to those who have the tendency to listen, who have resistance to listen, who have the power to listen. So here is the closing thought of the expressions that I'm trying to cross on. And I want you to carry this thing with you. I want to keep it with yourself. I want to make it an important part of your reality. You are not spectators in this universe. You are not the spectators within this cosmos. You are not an accident drifting through this cosmos, living on the planet Earth, moving around the sun and the solar system, moving within the galaxy moving. You are a participant. You are a participant of this cosmos. Yes, this is real. But real and the quality, the quantum of quality of your participation depends. It depends on one thing. It depends on one important argument. It depends on one important statement. And what's that? How honestly you are willing to ask the question